Hey guys, this is Casual with another NerdHammer.net battle report. This is game 2 of the Showcase Comics Colonial GT Qualifier in Media, Pennsylvania. I played this past weekend. It is now 6 a.m. in the morning, and I am on my second battle report of the day. Voiceover-wise, anyway. So round 2, I roll up some Orcs and Goblins. This seems to be a common trend. I don't know. I play a lot of Orcs and Goblins, it seems, in tournaments. And you know, composition is pretty similar, so you'll see some of the same plays I do pretty much by default when I play Orcs and Goblins. So here on my left side, I got my block of Plague Bears with Epidemius in it, my Skull Cannon tucked in behind, my other block of Plague Bears with my BSB, Furies in behind, my Beast tucked in behind, or some Plague Drones, single Beast and a Great Unclean One just sneaking in behind here. And my other Skull Cannon. So yeah, I'm pretty much bunkered up in this left corner now. There's scenario objectives, we actually forget about them until closer to the end, but there's these two buildings here. You randomly pick one, and whoever has the most wounds near the tower at the end gets bonus points for them. And on my opponent's side, he has 3 Bolt Throwers, a Mangler Squig in behind his vanguarding Boar Riders, unit of Night Goblins, another Bolt Thrower, unit of Night Goblins, another Bolt Thrower, and yeah, that Bolt Thrower, I think I said that one, I don't know, I lost count, there's a lot of them. Another unit of Night Goblins, got a Giant, which is always nice to see on the table. His big block of Savage Orcs, he has the special character, his name escapes me at the moment, he's a caster. I'm sure you Orcs and Goblin guys will yell at me in a comment for not knowing, but yeah, I should have looked it up before I started this battle report. But again, it is 6 a.m. and I really just want to smash through these battle reports and get them up to you guys. So, Doom Diver, Rock Lava, Mangler Squig, another Doom Diver, and another Vanguarding unit. So, a lot of War Machines. I'm a little nervous. You're going to have War Machines in the foot of Gork. And, you know, Epidemius needs to stay alive. The Great Unclean One needs to stay alive. Yeah, I'm a little nervous to see how the shooting magic phase is going to go against me. Demons win first turn, so pretty awesome. I move up really aggressively. I really want to take care of the left side of this table before I get into the Savage Orcs. Epidemius, I'm trying to get him behind the tower at least to mitigate some of the shooting. He's going to be able to shoot his unit, but I think the way shooting goes, you know, he still has to hit the unit. He can't just target, you know, the character, even though he's Monsters Cav. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. I'm not 100%. On this side, yeah, I just move everything up. I'm going to take shots. I'm just going to get the Giant out of the way, hopefully, and start figuring out how I'm going to take care of all his War Machines. I throw the toughness test here on the Night Goblins, just to set up for the next spell, which is Rancid Visitation that I rolled up, but he actually ends up dispelling that or scrolling it, not 100% sure. After sipping my coffee, Skull Cannon takes out one of his Bolt Throwers, and the other 2 fail their panic test, so they can't shoot next turn, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, there's some close deployment without leadership around, so yeah, I think that was a little bit of a mistake deployment-wise, but you see his vanguarding Wolf Riders come up to there. So turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Yeah, Foot of Gork comes down about 1,000,000 times. He used his rerolls to, anytime he failed the Foot, you know, he used one of his tokens to reroll it. So yeah, the Foot was stomping. He killed 3 drones, or 3 Furies, and a bunch of Plague Bearers, and actually does a wound to Epidemius. Does, I think, 2 wounds to my beasts here. Yeah, Foot came down lots of times. Over here, these guys failed their animosity test, had to charge a nearest unit, and they actually made it into the Skull Cannon, which was a really long charge because they were like way up in here. The Skull Cannon makes short work of him. I didn't bother running him down. Or no, I did try to chase him, that's right, because it would have been my turn. I could just turn and shoot something. So, but yeah, the Skull Cannon failed to catch him. Turn 2, Demons. That is a lot of fanatics. What I want to do is get the tally up. That's my goal. So I do some long charges here. I really didn't care if I failed them. just because of how far away I was from everything, and he's not really looking to get in combat, I don't think. So I take the beast into this Night Goblin unit, and all the fanatics come out and just rip up the beast. Did 12 total wounds to the beast, got one left. And yeah, it's so nasty. These plague drones actually make like I think it was like 9 or 10 inch charge into this unit of Night Goblins, trigger a ton of fanatics. I lose one drone and put a wound on 2 for my troubles. That was a nasty phase. That was the most effective I've seen fanatics pretty much ever. So I'm hoping that I have enough combat blocks left to actually do something in this game. You can see even the Great Unclean One took a wound. Over here, I decide that Epi's bunker is better off somewhere else, so I actually turn him around and start moving him away. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I'm not sure why I brought him back over to this side. Skull Cannon actually takes a shot and misfires, so it won't be able to fire this turn or next. And over here, yeah, just repositioning the cannon. I took a couple shots at the giant, failed to wound him, which is ridiculous. But yeah, so that's the way things are shaping up. After combat, the single beast actually breaks the Night Goblins, but was unable to run them down. It panics some war machines. Over here, yeah, the drones do some damage, but don't break them, so that's going to be tough. The good news is the giant's so close that I don't think he can swing this unit and get into the flank of the drones. He could probably charge out his BSB, but I don't think he wants to get in combat with his special character caster either. You see the giant does have 2 wounds there. I must hit him with a cannon, just didn't kill him. So turn 2, tallies up to 10, that's not bad. Next turn I'll have +1 strength. Hopefully I can get some more wounds in and get that up to +1 toughness also. If you notice in this picture, well, there's a lot less fanatics, and 2, I have a beast back. As my opponent was moving his fanatics around and they were hitting other things, he said, let me check the book and make sure that I'm doing the fanatics right. And here he was resolving them at strength 6, and I think they're only strength 5, which I thought he was doing a lot more than I'm typically used to. So he felt really bad about it, and it was kind of a huge thing. I lost a lot of beasts. He said he wouldn't feel right going on in the game unless he gave me something to compensate. So he decided that it would be fair if I put a beast back on the board and put my tally up to the next one. I wasn't gonna complain, but it was a mistake, and I didn't check him on him. I didn't feel like it was really necessary for him to do anything like that. But that's what we agreed on. I think I said, tell you what, 4, 5, or 6, we'll put a beast back. Otherwise, we'll just chalk it up as a mistake. And I ended up getting a beast back. So it was really cool of my opponent to come up with that idea, to remedy to help the situation. But I was really okay with it, But yeah, it was weird. I thought the fanatics were doing a lot better than they normally do against my beasts or my drones. But yeah, so that's how it worked out. I don't know how you guys feel about going back and doing something like that. I thought it was a really nice gesture. But yeah, let me know in the comments how you feel. Especially against an Epidemius list, I'll probably get no love for taking that. But so over here, yeah, he's doing some shots and war machine shots, trying to get this unit down to get to Epidemius. One of his bolt throws does 2 wounds to my skull cannon, but not enough to kill it, which is awesome. And after a sip of coffee, it is turn 3 demons, and I now have 3 of the 4 tally up. So he brought his giant up here. He was just getting him out of the charge arcs of the Great Unclean One and my skull cannon. So I'm like, all right, I'll be tricky. I'll move my skull cannon back and take a grape shot. And giant only has 2 wounds left, and now skull cannon blows up. You can see I had 3 wounds on the Great Unclean One through magic and shooting. Over here, I took my beast into one of his spear chuckers and killed it, overran into the flank of this Night Goblin unit. So that should be some points and more Epidemius tally, which is awesome. Turn 3 Orcs and Goblins. My plague drones actually beat his his Night Goblins and overran, and they were right stuck back here behind this unit, and this one lone fanatic goes through and kills both of them. Yeah, even at the correct strength, he did enough to kill off my plague drones, so that's unfortunate. You can just see I got the Curse of the Leper here up on his unit for -3 toughness. I was trying to either shoot a Vortex or get Rancid Visitation on him, but he was apt to dispel it. After combat over here, the beasts finish up that Night Goblin unit and overrun. This is great because now, you know, they're still in a charge arc of these bolt throwers, and I'll be able, hopefully, to get them on the following turns without getting shot to death. Another sip of 6 a.m. coffee, and I'm just one away from full tally. Turn 4 Orcs and Goblins, or turn 4 Demons, I guess. So yeah, I charged that other bolt thrower. Just going to be going through those guys real quick. And he brought his giant into the center of the table. We're just kind of doing a dance with Great Unclean One and the giant. I'm trying not to get the Great Unclean One too close to this unit yet. I'm trying to set up the Plague Bearers. I'm going to get into that Spear Chucker, reform and face that unit. I want the Great Unclean One and this unit to combo charge all his Savage Orcs and try to get the points. There's a lot of points in that unit yet. I think it's like over 1,000, so, you know, to get good points in the tournament, I got to get a Massacre, and I got to get in that unit, but I really don't know if I really don't know how I want to approach it just yet. I take Epidemius's unit into the giant. I figure Epidemius could probably kill him now with the tally being the way it is. And yeah, I do. After combat, I moved Epidemius in the base to base with the giant, and I actually attacked first, so I was able to kill him before he could do anything. And turn 4 Orcs and Goblins, got full tally now. This fanatic goes through his Wolf Riders, does some damage and panics them. And yeah, nothing substantial happens. You know, he's trying to do some magic and get the Great Unclean One off the table. You know, he's casting for the Gork, it's hitting some things, but not doing enough damage. I still got a lot of combat blocks left. Turn 5 Demons, yeah, I take the Plague Bearers into the Skull, or Spear Chucker, and just reform to face his guys. Turn 5 Orcs and Goblins, not much happens. Turn 6 Demons. Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I could sit back, we can do the points, you know, I'll probably get a decent victory, but no, I want to go after it. I want to go for it all. So I do. I decided to take the Great Unclean One and the Plague Bearers. I get into the flank. Epidemius, I did try to charge him out of his unit too, but he failed. That's probably for the better. His special character and BSBR here. He brings a special character over to fight the Great Unclean One, which is just not a good move. I think I rolled up a 3 on the Eternal Blade, so I took about 5 attacks at his special character and then the rest at the unit. If I kill his leader, and you know, it's going to be kill his general, and it's going to be good to go. And I break the unit, but I was unable to catch him, so he's going to have a turn to rally. If he doesn't rally, as per rules of the tournament, I will get full points for the fleeing unit. So it really, now the game comes down to a leadership test to either be, you know, a victory or a massacre. Turn 6 Orcs and Goblins, yeah, he fails his rally test, so I get the win. It's a 19-0 win. I got 30 tournament points at this point. It was a good game. My opponent was a really nice guy. Pretty new to Orcs and Goblins, but he's not new to the game, so, you know, it's always fun just playing Orcs and Goblins. The craziest stuff happens. I got a 19-0. I didn't get the full 20 points because he still had a rare unit left on the table, which was a Doom Diver, I think. So, but yeah, I'm looking good going into round 3. 30 tournament points. The Fate Weaver Epidemius player, he's sitting at about 40 points. I think there's one other person in between us, so I'm not going to have to play him at the final table. Maybe I could leapfrog him, you know, maybe if I get a good third round matchup for me and massacre, maybe I can leapfrog the list that I've been fearing to play all game, so, or all tournament. We'll see how it goes, and thanks for watching, guys, and come back for round 3.